Welcome to the Sitco Bros Podcast.
Welcome to a special bonus episode of the Zip Code Bros Summer Slam preview with our buddy Adam from Bama. Adam, welcome.
What's going on, brothers?
Thanks for joining us. And a little, and if you're watching this at home, a little too close for comfort, Mr. James Sorensen.
I sat on my remote. Did I just turn the TV off?
And I am Michael John Gallagher the second, and next Friday, Michael John Gallagher the first comes out, so we're excited for that. But I figured today, boys, we just kind of hang out, bullshit about wrestling, and talk about SummerSlam. But first, I want to get a little bit about what's going on with you, Adam. Your refereeing career.
Man, I've been in 2 or 3 matches already. By the time this drops, this will be before SummerSlam, so I'll be doing my 3rd match right after this drops. We're doing with New South Wrestling. It's the 8-year anniversary of New South running. A bunch of big matches showed. Hopefully I'll get one of the big ones. I know Cabana Man has a good match, so hopefully I get to go in there. I just recently did his match with one of the newer guys. The newer guy got one over on him.
Oh, no kidding.
I think that and the first one I did just dropped on YouTube. So if you go to New South Pro Wrestling on YouTube, it's the Stampede that just dropped. You'll see yours truly on there doing his very first match.
That's awesome. Now, do you have any idea what's going on in the match, or you're there, you're just officiating it?
I just go with the flow, man. If they need me to count to 3, I count to 3.
Do they tell you, like, make sure your back's turned during this segment or anything like that?
Hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Okay,
All I know is right. I get paid to go out there and count to 3 and be a biased referee.
All right, kayfabe.
What happens in the match is not up to me.
Jimmy,
I have no control over what they do.
You said an unbiased referee, right?
No, I'm being biased if it's Commander Van Dam.
Hey, I got one important question for you. As long as I've known you, you've always been a shorts guy. Is it weird being in pants?
God, yes. Especially since the first show we did was an outdoor venue. So that was really rough.
We're like,
But luckily the second one was indoor, and then this coming up will be an indoor at the Salty Nut Brewery. No, the first one was Salty Nut. This one coming up is the Singing River Brewery.
Singing River, Salty Nut Singing.
Yeah, in Florence.
I love those. That's awesome. That's actually funny because there is a brewery over here. Well, it's a cider house over here that hosts so independent wrestling.
A cider house?
A cider house, yeah. It looks like a brewery. It looks like a little microbrewery.
Stupid camera. There we go.
is it also weird not being in a ball cap?
Now, see, they're really specific on referees and what they wear. And see, I got to tuck my chain in too. They don't like jewelry being on the refs.
Oh, interesting.
I can't wear my hat. That sucks. And it's funny because if you listen to Brian Hebner on Roughing It Up, RJ, shout out, brother. But if you listen to them guys, they don't like guys with tattoo, facial hair, or nothing. So I'm breaking, I'm breaking that rule.
They did look pretty. I will say this: the picture, your picture that you have on your screensaver, is pretty cool. It's a cool picture with the tat going down the forearm. You counting? It's actually really, yeah. That's a cool little picture.
That's funny.
Yeah, you look good, man. You look good there.
Say that was actually against Braden Toon. He had a warm-up match, and funny thing is, Braden Toon is on the new season of the one on Stars.
Oh, Heels. No kidding.
Yeah, he's on the new episodes of Heels.
That's sweet, man. That's awesome. Now, I asked Super Dave this last year during Top Guy Weekend. How hard is it to stay out of the way?
that's why I enjoy being in Cabana Man's and his matches, because I've known him for so long. I know his mannerisms, I know his moveset, I know what to look for with him. And I'm pretty familiar with Braden Toon, but like I said, that was kind of like a warm-up match for him.
Right.
So I haven't had to jump out of the way too fast yet. But depending on who I have coming up this weekend, shoot, man. I mean, you have your horseshoe for the hard cam, and you really want to try to stay. There's a space in between the middle of the ropes and the turnbuckle. That's kind of where you want to hover.
Okay.
It's close to the turnbuckle, not in the corner, but close to it. That way, you're kind of out of the way. That way, if they come to the turnbuckle, you can jump out of the way. But if they come running off the ropes, you can kind of step out of the way also.
It looks like you get a nice little workout too.
Oh God, yes.
So, would you be excited if you got to work with Adam Priest?
Well, see, I'm good friends with him too, so he's doing a lot of GCW stuff. So if I got to work with him, either I'd have to go there, or he had to come back to New South. So I'm trying to get established in New South a little bit, and then if another opportunity comes up, I'll go. I'll go from there.
Right. Just don't get too famous for us little
Right,
folk.
exactly. He's gonna be at AEW soon.
That's what the guys on the crew said. They said, "We're going to have to pay you to be our friend." I said, "No, that's not. You don't have to pay me.
What does it
Be
mean?
friend. You have to pay me. You might have to pay me to be on the show again."
Maybe Dr. Peppers and Dr. Thunder.
There you go.
Oh,
Pay
there
me
you
in sodas. But no, man, it's been great, man. It's like I said, I got another show coming up this weekend. It's a big show. And then we have another show next Friday, which will be the 11th, and then another show on the 12th. So I'll be pretty busy the next couple of weekends.
That's awesome, man.
Have you hit up Pondwater at all for advice at all?
I have an open line to Paul Water, and there's another guy. I hate to name drop, but
Don't have to if you don't want to.
I know we gotta. Well, yeah. Let me see. I might talk about it.
Yeah.
But there's another guy that we've had on the show before.
Oh, is that the one that did the 12-man tag?
Yeah, Jared Fritz.
Yeah. That was I really enjoyed that episode.
I have open line to him too. So
That's awesome. Yeah, it was really cool listening to him. For truth, like that is one of my favorite Kick Out Crew episodes is when he was on.
dude, he's so knowledgeable, man, and he's been doing it for a while. And you talking about somebody keeps yourself in shape.
And he was on Impact, wasn't he, or NWA?
He's on NWA now.
Okay.
Was he in Impact?
Let's see here. I got his page pulled up. I don't remember if he was an Impact or not. I know he was at WrestleForce, and like I said, currently in NWA. I don't know if he was an Impact or not. I don't remember.
All right, that's pretty cool. So you guys want to jump and talk about some SummerSlam?
Heck yeah, because I was at the one last year in Nashville.
Hell yeah!
That was awesome.
Okay. Who'd you go with? Who'd you room with?
Me and Frank. Who else went? Oh gosh.
Didn't you room with someone that snores a lot? I don't know.
Are you trying to say you roomed with him, Jimmy?
A month or two later, and like 6 months before.
Oh, you talking about Bobby? Yeah.
Oh, Bobby D.
Bobby D.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, shout out to Bobby D, a Royal Rumble buddy.
Then dang on, somebody else went. I'll remember here in a minute.
Was it Coach Rosie?
No.
I was like, because that was also Ric Flair's last match type of weekend. So
That was actually a year ago. This week, yesterday was last year.
Yeah.
They just celebrated 1 year from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna start that.
Speaking I can't remember.
Speaking of
Whitaker.
Yeah.
about Whitaker.
I was like, did you have like, didn't Whitaker go last year or
No,
Oh.
me, Whitaker, and James went to Impact.
that's what it was.
Yeah, we went to Impact together.
What else?
I'll remember here in a minute.
Okay.
That's cool. Well, let's jump in a little bit. So I would say the first match like talk about is what about Ricochet versus Logan Paul. Let me just kind of pop.
I believe that'll open the show.
Yeah. What do you think, Jimmy?
If not first match, maybe third match.
What about your prediction for the match?
Well, see, Logan has to leave early because of his brother having the boxing match.
Oh, right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So I believe he'll go on pretty early. First, no later than second. Depends on when they do that Royal Rumble, the
Battle Royal.
I wonder
Summer
if
Slam
that-
Battle Royal.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be the pre-show.
I said that might be the first match,
Yeah.
quotation marks, and then like maybe like the second or third match of the entire thing, including if you include the pre-show.
Yeah.
I don't think Logan needs the win.
He don't need to, but he will
I think Logan wins.
because he's been losing to everybody else.
I think it sets up a match for him and Seth again. I can see Logan Paul being the world champion. Like I might be crazy, gentlemen, but I can see Logan Paul being the world champion.
Here's
Not
the thing.
yet. Not yet.
Oh no,
I
definitely
got
not
my
yet.
idea, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
definitely not yet. I agree with you. Not yet. But I can see him in a year or two beating a guy like Seth Rollins for the title. And I think he'd be good. I think he'd be a good champion. He's a great heel.
I
The last time he won a match was actually SummerSlam last year
And he
Yeah.
still gets over.
because he beat the Miz at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that was funny.
But he plays a
But
heel.
yeah,
great.
I think Ricochet. It's going to be a high fly match.
Yes.
But Logan Paul's he's due for a win. They're not going to keep bringing him back just to lose.
No, that's true. And I don't think a loss hurts Ricochet if he has a good match with Logan Paul.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's like last year at WrestleMania. You know, Sami Zayn lost to Johnny Knoxville, but Sami Zayn carried Knoxville through that match, and it was entertaining as hell. And I think that Ricochet and Logan Paul are going to do the same thing.
But my question is, what
Mm.
are the next with Ricochet?
With what with Ricochet?
What do they do next?
I got zero idea.
If it wasn't for Logan Paul, what would he be doing now?
Yeah.
I'm just saying like what's next? Like, you know what I mean? Like the story, the always the story is like, okay, then what?
I could see him
I
going back
believe
to
even if he
NXT.
wins, then what?
Yeah, I could see him going back to NXT.
That wouldn't be bad for him.
No. I don't think that. I don't think NXT is a demotion anymore.
Ricochet going.
Bar- Baron Corbin's doing his best work right now.
Oh heck yeah,
Could you see Ricochet going for the NXT title?
yeah, absolutely. Because he'd definitely be a legit title contender in NXT.
Bama.
But the thing is, with him and Samantha Irvin, I don't think he'd want to leave Monday Night Raw because his
Nope.
fiance's there.
Oh, of course not. Or maybe they move them both over to NXT.
Oh, they were there. No, Samantha Irvin, she's golden. She's not leaving Monday Night Raw anytime soon.
He's
Oh,
like,
who is she?
She's the ring announcer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She's the one that does Gunta and everything.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't. This is an unfair comparison, but she's like the new Lillian Garcia.
Okay.
She
Okay.
puts her own little spin on stuff,
Yeah,
and she does a very, very good job at it too.
very great job. Yeah. Actually, when she was first like on she was on SmackDown a few years ago. My first It was either my first show or my second show that I ever went to, and she was the ring announcer. I thought she was
Irvin, WWE.
Samantha.
Yeah, she does her own little
okay.
spin.
Okay, yeah.
She's awesome.
Okay. Yeah,
Gunther.
very good. Yeah, so
Ludwig Kaiser.
I didn't know she was with Ricochet. Good for him.
Yeah, they're engaged.
Good for him, man. Excellent. So what about Gunther versus Drew McIntyre?
That's
Go
gonna be
ahead.
that's gonna be a hard hitter.
I think it's gonna be hard. Does Drew end the streak? And
Nope.
And does Gunther
It's
does he
Gunther.
lose it? Does he lose the title and then go on to Seth Rollins?
Not
No
yet.
way.
You think Drew wins,
Gun-
or you think Gunther wins?
Gunther is way too close to the Honky Tonk Man's record
Oh,
to
okay.
go all this way and then lose it. So I'll throw a swerve at you.
Okay.
Drew McIntyre loses and turns heel.
No, I like that.
He gets pissed because he can't beat Gunther. And he's like, all right, I'm tired of this. You know, I come back, I lose. I think he starts doing more heelish type stuff.
So like more of a 2019 style.
Yeah, come back as the.
He was a good heel.
Yeah, I think he comes back, does a bunch of heel work. It's time.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That's a great call.
And also just on a side note, God, he's unbelievably tall. McIntyre is.
Jimmy, who do you think wins, Drew or Gunther?
Is anybody writing this down?
No. Let me get my notebook. That's a great idea.
The fan in me wants Drew to win. But
You got your notebook. I got one right here.
Oh, all right, I just got it. Q.
All right, go ahead.
And
but you might be right.
I might be crazy.
No, Bama
I
is
just
right.
don't think Drew does. I just don't think Drew does it. I mean, Gunther, he goes through all this time. They've been building him.
When
And for
does,
him to take a loss just doesn't make any sense right now.
when does he? Okay, say he continued. When if we can continue this till maybe a week or two after he breaks Honky Tonk Man's record, when would that be? Some Survivor Series?
Oh, I can't remember the exact date, but I think Gunther should keep it till WrestleMania.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love long title reigns. I think that would be a great idea.
Except Roman's.
No, I think Roman's reign has been awesome.
Roman Reigns.
Roman's
We'll get to
reign,
that.
I like that.
We'll get to that in a second because that'll probably be the main event.
Yeah. So what about
Oh,
Ronda?
100%, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, that'll be main event.
Oh, heck yeah. So how do we feel about Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler?
That's easy.
Shayna.
Shayna?
Yeah, Ronda's leaving, so she puts Shayna over.
Oh, okay.
But question for you, Adam, since you've been in the ring, I was listening to Busted Open yesterday. Is it good? Do you think they have to do it in a certain style? Almost shoot style?
Well, they're having an MMA rules match.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
But is there a way
Yeah,
to do
it's like an MMA type rules match. So I think Ronda puts her over on the way out the door.
Yeah, I think you're right. I didn't know Ronda was leaving.
Yeah, her contract's up.
Oh, okay. So she's probably gonna take a break.
I think she's done with wrestling. I think she's had her feel of it.
Yeah, I mean the last couple months have been kind of uneventful for her, right? They've been kind of just there. You know, I mean, it's still cool seeing Ronda Rousey, but I mean, she's kind of like a secondary player now. She's not that attraction she was when she first came in. So
I'm watching
No, it's all
I'm watching
right.
a little bit of Dynamite as we chat.
I can see it in I can see it in one of the picture frame, the reflection.
It's on you. That's actually cool.
Right? It's like you can see we can actually see it right behind him. That's pretty awesome.
Adam, do
Oh,
you
I called it. I called RVD for Dynamite.
Adam,
No kidding.
Adam, do you have the volume up a little bit?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say, what are they using for his theme?
I don't know. But I called it. I was in the group chat and I called that shit.
Oh, RVD tonight?
RVD
Yeah, it's him and Jungle Boy.
him or hide from that 70s show.
That would have been cool too, right? The alley of the actors and the actresses.
No. When he first came out with the jacket and the sunglasses,
Oh, gotcha.
it was a meme. It was like, oh, good to see us hide from that 70s show.
Hyde is still around.
Now look, at 3:49 today, I told the guys RVD will be on Dynamite.
3:49, you say?
Yep. I told the guys today.
Okay, and it is now 8. It was like 8:25 when he came out.
Yeah, I saw like 4 or 5 hours ago. I told him he'll be coming out against Jack Perry. I called it. And here it is.
There it is.
It's good to see him though.
Yeah, it's great that he's still in that good a shape to do that.
I think the only reason why he doesn't he have like some
Left and show.
doesn't he have like didn't he get like the Christian syndrome type of thing with concussions?
He might have. I mean, he beat up his body pretty well.
Adam,
He's gained a little weight, but he's still Rob Van Dam.
He's still moving pretty well.
I say he's 50.
He's talking to Jerry Lynn right now, is all he's doing.
Ah, his boy Jerry.
Oh! Jack Perry come in with a chair.
They
And
get the Van Dam-
RVD tried to do the spinning heel kick and he ducked it and ran.
Oh no! Oh, they tried to do the Van Daminator.
Yeah, that
Adam,
kick looked good too, boy.
Adam, were you listening to me?
No.
I said, didn't he have like, when doesn't he? When didn't he?
What does anybody?
Didn't RVD have like the Christian kind of syndrome type of thing with the concussions?
No, he just got tired of the politics
Ah,
and started doing his own CBD stuff.
okay. I was curious. I was not in WWE. I was like, I just in general. Like I thought he had like, I don't know.
No, he just retired and started doing his own thing.
Fair enough.
Because he actually went by Impact for a little bit.
Have
Him and his
you
wife.
had a chance to listen to his podcast on?
No, not yet. How is it?
I haven't either. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, no, not yet. Was it one of a
I
kind?
listened to
something
the
like that?
$1 Million Man's on Premier Streaming Network.
How's that?
It's good.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
some more
That's a-
podcasts going up on Premier Streaming Network.
What'd you say?
FFP Boys.
Oh, the FFP boys. All right, whatever.
Yeah, they're on
Cool.
Premier Streaming Network now.
The Premier Streaming Network has a lot of good talent on their roster.
They're signing folks left and right now.
I mean, let's be honest. Shout out to the biggest person, the biggest and the best individual they got on there. Efren.
Effort.
Shout out Efren in the game event.
You talking about somebody I freaking love to death is different.
Yeah,
Right? I
good
mean,
dude.
he's one of the best dudes. Like,
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
absolute treasure. Hope he listens to this episode.
That would be cool if you listen to it. Now, Efren's good people. I met him at Top Guy Weekend last year, and we had a nice moment together. So it was he's a good guy. And also,
Are you up to speed on writing everything down?
I am. The only thing is, Jimmy, did you want Drew or did you want Gunther?
I said the fan of me wants Drew, but ultimately it'll be Gunther.
You got Gunther? Yeah. So far we're all in agreement on everything. Next one is Asuka versus Charlotte versus Bianca. I think Asuka retains.
I'm gonna say this, Money Mike. Shout out to Money Mike. It won't be Charlotte. Happy belated birthday. I love you, buddy. But it won't be Charlotte.
Oh, happy birthday, Money Mike, going to the casino
As we're recording, it was last Sunday.
someday. All right.
The 30.
Ah,
I hope you hung out. I'm not going to say what I usually joke him with, but I hope you hung out at the casino and had a good time for your birthday. Mike, if you're listening, you know what I want to say to you, but happy birthday.
Well, he's got to find a new casino.
You're right. So what do you think, Adam, Oscar,
This-
Bianca, and Charlotte?
this is a tough one.
I know.
I could go.
But
either-
I feel like Bianca. I feel like we're not done with Bianca Charlotte yet. I could see them going 1-on-1 at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
not even for the title.
I
So
said-
I feel Oscar retains because she just got it too.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I was like,
Either or, and I hate to do it either or. If Oscar doesn't retain, it's because EO cashed in.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she cashes in, but I feel like Oscar, because she just got it. I feel like she needs it for a little while. Because if she loses it, then what?
Right.
But if she wins, then we can still break off Bianca and Charlotte.
Right. No, that's a really good observation. I think
Oscar-
Asuka is gonna keep it because again, she just got it. And I think this is her time to really fully have that run with the belt and the title to really show everybody who she is. 'Cause-
Especially after her heel turn, she needs to be a badass and just run through everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And just if we get the Asuka from NXT, oh, we're in for a treat, man.
We're in golden times.
Yeah, that Asuka was incredible. The Empress of Tomorrow.
And then, and I'm a sidebar later to what Adam was saying about EO to a different champion.
Well, you think she's gonna cash in on Seth Rollins?
Rhea.
Is Rhea fighting tomorrow night?
No, Rhea, unless they throw in Raquel
She's just
real
hanging,
quick,
right?
she don't have a match.
Yeah. But you think she'll be down? She'll be down with a North American title during NXT one day, and then that's a decent idea.
No, I was saying EO cashes in on Rhea.
Oh no, but I don't think Rhea's not fighting at SummerSlam.
She's not fighting, but my point.
Yes. Oh, you just think she's going to cash in on Rhea? Period.
Yes.
You know,
I
y'all
can
didn't
see what
give a winner for the SummerSlam Battle Royal.
No, we haven't jumped to that yet.
That's probably gonna be first.
Yeah, most likely. I was thinking. So the only guys announced for the Battle Royal right now is LA Knight, Sheamus, Ciampa, Nakamura, Otis, and Chad Gable.
That's easy.
So I mean, I think LA Knight wins.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he wins it.
Yeah, I think he definitely. I think
I
he's
feel like he gets a push after this.
Yeah.
Finally,
Well,
he's the ¡1 merchandise seller in WWE right now.
And I almost bought his shirt last week, but I'm like, it's. I don't like the yellow.
He's above the NWO. He's above Stone Cold 316.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's above Roman Reigns. He's above the Bloodline. He's above the Usos. He's above
Cody
Rollins. He's the #1 merchandise seller in WWE for the month of July.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a storyline going on.
No.
No.
It's the power of just a character, right?
There's a power of him.
Right?
Adam, how do you say it?
Which one? Yeah.
There we go.
That's it. Jimmy,
That's
who
the
you
only
think
way
wins
you
the
do
Battle
it.
Royal?
But yeah, I think he wins it.
LA Knight. Let's go with that.
All right, LA Knight.
Yeah.
So what do we think about the women's match? I got Asuka.
Oscar.
I say Oscar, yeah.
Asuka. Do you say Asuka with a cash in?
If Oscar doesn't leave SummerSlam with the title, it's because of EO.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
I
But
see what
as
you're
far as
saying.
the match goes, she wins the match.
I see
Or-
what you mean.
Io/Bailey.
All right, now we get into the meat and potatoes of the pay-per-view. Let's got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
This is what throws me off. I thought they were going to have some kind of like some kind of match, like a gimmick match. Because for them to just have another straight up match to match, one-on-one is just weird for their third match.
I agree with you.
They
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
hyped it up to like a bull rope match or something.
Oh, the bull rope
How-
match would have been a nice touch.
Or Hell in a Cell.
I could see
So
Hell
we
in a
just
Cell.
saw Cody do Hell in the Cell before the injury.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. He gets against Seth.
But that was over a year ago, though.
But I want to see something
Still
new,
kind of-
something we ain't seen in years.
Street
Or
Fight.
like Judy Bagwell on a pole match or something.
I think Jody Bagwell's at a nursing home or something.
We could put her back on a forklift. It'll be all right.
Yeah, that's good to go.
She can just sit there.
But I think this match is. I think you know what. When I first saw this program, I thought it was gonna be a one-off. But I'm really happy that they had the trilogy of matches, and I like the way that he got over on Brock in Puerto Rico. I thought that they made him believe him being Cody, pronouns, pal. I thought that they made him. I thought they've been making Cody believable as a contender to actually beat Brock Lesnar. And I think that's been a great story that they've been telling.
All right, so to backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah.
I just looked it up, and Gunther is nearing history as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. For 35 years, Honky Tonk Man has held that distinction, but the ring general himself will be just over a month away from eclipsing the classic villains record.
Yeah, they're gonna keep it on him.
Yeah. So if it's that close, they're gonna let him.
That's
He'll
it.
beat Drew.
Yeah.
And also, eat, sleep, fire, honky tonk, man, repeat.
There you go. Eric's favorite firing of all time.
It's like a cigarette moment for him.
Right?
Yeah, fire that son of a bitch.
And I figured Drew will go. He'll get beat because of Imperium.
He'll
Yeah.
get screwed. He'll get he'll get not screwed, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, it'll be just it'll be some
That'd be a
shit
distraction
going
win.
on.
Some shady shenanigans.
Some shady shenanigans. So what do we think? Who we got? Brock, Cody? I got Cody.
Oh, Cody, 100% because it's going to go towards the story.
I hope it goes Cody.
So you hope
It just don't make no sense for Brock to win
It
because
does.
Brock can lose, and it doesn't hurt him.
No, not at all.
He's at that.
Cody loses, it kills him.
He's at that point where Brock's at that point where he's almost Hogan. You know what I mean? He doesn't need the wins.
He's earned it.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm just saying he doesn't need the wins so much per se.
No. You don't
Like,
have to.
yeah, so he can lose and he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
He
He's still
lost at
Brock Lesnar.
SummerSlam last year.
Yeah, he's still Brock freaking Lesnar at the end of the
It's
day.
like, he lost at SummerSlam. What happened afterwards? Oh yeah. Nothing too bad.
Yeah, I don't really
He
remember.
brought a tractor to the ring.
That's right. That was a tractor. That's
I
right.
was there. I got to see it.
That's a badass. That was such a good moment, man.
That's a great moment.
That was a really good moment. It was a lot of fun too.
No,
I definitely watched that moment over and over again on replay. So we got that. We got next one. We got Seth versus Finn Balor. Question: does Finn Balor come out as the Demon King?
No,
why
Jimmy.
not? I want to hear.
I
Bama.
think they would have advertised it if he would have.
Okay.
Plus, he's heel right now. The Demon's more of a babyface type move.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point on that one. that it wouldn't make sense for him to be a heel and the Demon because people would want to cheer for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe you think Seth wins it?
I think Seth wins it, or I mean, I really think Damian Priest cashes in.
Do we get that cash? Bama, do you think we get that cash in?
It just kills me because this is like Seth and Finn Balor's third match together.
Yeah.
And for Rollins to win again, it just makes Finn Balor look weak.
Well, the first time Seth won, first time Finn won.
I'm talking about here in the last several months.
Yeah.
Last Premium Live event, he beat Finn. Then there's a match, I think it was on Raw where he beat Finn.
Yeah, I agree with you because it makes the Judgment Day kind of look weak too. Not only just Finn Balor, but I think it makes the whole, it kind of makes them all look weak. But I think Finn wins. I want to say Finn wins. I know I just said Seth, but I want to say Finn wins. But I would love to see Priest cash in and just that dynamic. Because not that I don't like Seth versus Finn. I'm over Seth versus Finn Balor. I would like to see Seth versus somebody else. And I think Finn Balor versus Damian Priest is a great next step for both of those guys.
So for record, for the first one this last time, you had Damian unfortunately cost Finn the match. Like just distracted him for just enough seconds just to for the stomp, and then
I feel Rollins takes this one.
Okay.
Because he got that belt, and for him to lose it already, I don't think it'll happen.
I think Finn Balor wins. I'm going to go against
Seth. The only reason why I think it'll be Seth, because it kind of moves Finn Balor out of the way, and Seth, he has whoever's next comes up.
But you also
Even if he starts feuding with Damian Priest, and I think Finn gets jealous.
I say you get that tension between Finn and Damian.
Yeah, there's definitely be that dynamic is definitely going to be part of the end. Part of the result of the match will definitely be that dynamic between Finn and Damian Priest. Any wrestling fan knows that's exactly what's going to happen. That whether he
Seth wins it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
Yeah. What do you think, Jimmy?
Seth.
I'm going to go with Finn Balor here just to be different, but I think, I do agree with you.
Fan in me wants Finn Balor to win. I want Finn Balor to win, but because of how I know how the inner workings of some of the stuff works, I think Seth keeps it because it's kind of like that belt was a reward for all his hard work.
Okay.
But
explanation.
Could you also see Seth getting cashed in at SummerSlam?
Not yet, because it would just interfere with the whole Judgment Day deal.
I wonder if Damian Priest cost Finn Balor his match, and then when Damian Priest goes to cash in, Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the cash in.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah, that could happen. It'll be fun to watch. I love the matches where you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, luckily, there's a watch party.
Oh, heck yeah, we watched it together.
No, on AFS.
Mm-hmm. Anybody, any idea who's hosting it?
I think one of the D'Angelo brothers.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Dominic.
I think so.
Well, Dominic works with Nash, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that works with Nash.
Yeah, he also works with Road Dogg.
Oh, right, that's right. What are you looking up, Jimmy?
Sonny just texted me.
Ah, Sonny Ono. We didn't know you knew Sonny Ono.
Bring the summertime heat, you
I don't know, Jimmy. I'm just enjoying, kicking out of two over here. For those of you
Just
who
like we don't know he went to Japan, right?
yeah, nah. And nobody knows when his birthday is either.
I think Rollins wins that one.
All right, Rollins wins that one. Jimmy, you got Rollins, I got Finn. Main event time. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Roman.
Roman.
I think Roman too, but it's going to be a hell of a match, and they're going to make us think a couple times that Jay's going to win. Like they're gonna make us believe it.
It's gonna be brutal.
And I think there's going to be some dissension between Roman and Solo.
I think so too. I think Roman's going to do something to his brother where it's going to be like, that was too far.
Yep, I agree.
I think
Either that or he's going to just not trust Solo no more.
Yep.
And to the fact of where he thinks Solo wants to be tribal chief.
Yep.
And then maybe it turns into, well, the elders sent me to help you, but maybe the elders sent you to turn me over, to turn everything around.
Exactly.
And I think it starts playing in Roman's head.
I like that. Like the elders sent me not to be with you, but this elders sent me to keep you in check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or overthrow you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like Rikishi comes out and
I was like,
that would be awesome.
Oh, that'd be bad. Oh, that'd be so good.
I was about to ask, do we get a Rikishi stink face?
Not in that
SummerSlam,
situation.
no.
I don't think in that situation you do the stink face.
Not at
Not
SummerSlam.
Yeah. Not if you're doing something serious like that. But one last thing before we go over a little more of that match. There's supposed to be Grayson Waller effect being supposed to be at SummerSlam. Everybody's thinking The Rock's going to be there. What do you guys think? Rock's yay or nay?
No.
Even with the writer's strike, he's not really doing much.
They don't need him.
Where is SummerSlam again? It's in Detroit, right?
Yep.
Detroit.
I think he shows up. I think we see The Rock. Just because I want it to happen, I'm putting it out there.
I'd love for it to happen. I'm the hugest Rock fan.
That'd be
But I
something.
just don't see. I mean, it's just like, well, if he comes out, then why? What next?
He's a Rock. He comes
Yeah,
out.
but it's The Rock and Grayson Waller.
He can have an interaction with Grayson Waller. Give him the rub. Give him rock bottom. Give him people's elbow and call it a day.
By the way, I was reading something the other day, possibly with is it Grayson or with LA Knight and Randy Orton?
Oh, okay.
Orton ain't ready to come back yet.
Actually, he may
I
not.
feel like if it's anybody, it'll be Bray Wyatt.
Oh, that'd be interesting. He doesn't come back as a Fiend, though. He comes back as Bray Wyatt, you guys think, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. So more about Roman and Jay. How do you think it ends? You think Solo has the say with how it ends?
I think Roman just goes too far to beat Jay. And that's when Solo steps in, like, hey, man, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I like that.
Because Roman's been teasing holding Solo back the past few SmackDowns.
Right.
So now it reverses. Solo holds Roman back. But hey, dude, that's enough.
So maybe a similar situation like we got for the Rumble kind of thing, or but with Sammy was.
No, I don't think it goes that far.
Okay.
I think it's just, and then Roman kind of snaps out of it and says, yeah, you're right. It's my family. But then he starts doubting Solo then. I don't think it gets physical or nothing like that, but I just think Solo's like, all right.
Enough, brother.
Gallagher
Because especially since the remark he made last week of Roman saying, that's your brother and he loves and respects me more than he does you. I think that comes into play. Hey, look, that's my brother. That's enough. He's got the point. You went too far.
Gallagher.
And Roman stops and he's like, yeah, you're right. Everybody goes off, but it just puts a little bit of doubt. Just that little bit of doubt in Roman's mind.
Right.
A little bit of dissension.
What's up, Jimmy?
I was like, can you believe it's been about 8 months since Rumble?
Yeah, it's crazy. We were talking about that before. The time has flown by. That it's second week. It's first week of August already. It just feels like yesterday we were in San Antonio watching the Rumble together.
It was like we were just in St. Louis.
Right? You guys are just down in Huntsville too.
Shoot, I've been in Huntsville a lot here lately.
Well, yeah.
Either in Huntsville, Florence, or
How far away from Florence are you?
Florence it's about the same trip, but hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's doable. What's the furthest? So for those of you who don't know, Adam's a former pro wrestler. What's the furthest trip you did in one day?
Oh, I've been to Georgia, Tennessee in one trip.
Yeah. So
One of my last matches was in Georgia.
So how many hours in the car was that?
Well, I don't remember the ride back because I was hurt. Because I jumped off a ladder, went through a table, but the table didn't break.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I hyperextended my knee, so I don't remember that ride back because I was hurting too much.
Ouch.
Would you say Mississippi was one of them, Bama?
I never wrestled Mississippi.
Well, someone we went to Mississippi.
Well, he's talking about something different, jackass.
I was asking him how long was his longest trips, like had he made during the day.
Like in the wrestling business.
I thought you meant just in general.
Oh no, in the wrestling business. Like, I went from home, I went from my house to Nashville and back, stuff like that.
Yeah, probably in Tennessee.
Yeah. That's cool.
But it's been fun, man. I'm enjoying it.
What are some of you guys? I mean, Adam, you were just talking about that a few minutes ago, but what are some of your SummerSlam memories?
Oh, last year, 100%.
Yeah.
That was my very first SummerSlam I got to go to, so that'll always be in my mind, me and Frank.
What matches stick out to you?
Just that show or just in general?
SummerSlam in general.
Oh, shoot, Brett Bulldog.
Yeah.
That'll always be one of my top ones.
Yeah, that match was fantastic. What about you, Jimmy?
Sorry, long day.
Yeah, no. Thanks for sticking around with us.
I got up at 6 o'clock this morning to go to work. Matches. For me, Taker Edge, SummerSlam 08. The crappy thing is, like, that was first match under the PG era, where if you've gone back to listen to Edge's story, it's like, yep, like no, like I forget what it said exactly verbatim, but like no color or no, we're going PG, which kind of sucked, but whatever.
They had
TLC match in 2000.
Yeah.
Brock and Rock 2002.
Yep.
Kurt Angle Brock 03.
Shawn Michaels and Triple H 2002.
Lesnar Roman last year.
Yep.
CM Punk Lesnar.
Yeah. I always loved Brett and Mr. Perfect. That was always a favorite of mine.
Punk Cena in 11. Christian Randy Orton in 11.
There's
No hard match.
What about Undertaker versus Bret Hart in '97 SummerSlam? That was great ending when Shawn hit him with the chair. I was actually that was the first SummerSlam I was at. Actually, no, I was the only SummerSlam I was at. Because I'm thinking I haven't been to SummerSlam since.
So you were at Bret
97.
Hart's last SummerSlam.
It was where Mankind jumped off the cage. Where Brian Pillman's last match.
What about Pillman Jr. coming to NXT?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah. How about you, Bama? How you taking that news?
Oh, I love it. Because their AEW's crazy for letting them go.
Right?
Well, I think it was today, for AEW's actually signed. We signed.
No, the Elite, yeah.
Yeah, say the Bucks and
Kenny Hangman.
yeah, Kenyon Hangman.
Oh, they re-signed them all.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They should have.
Multi-year contracts.
I would have loved to see Hangman in the WWE.
I like to see Kenny.
Kenny would be good. I mean, Kenny, I think it would have been a no-brainer for Kenny to go and have those dream matches, right? So I think whatever he's doing, why he doesn't want to go, good for him and stuff like that. But I thought Paige would be I remember during the Rumble, we were joking about what AEW guys would you like to see. I said, how cool would it be if Hangman Page came out on a horse, because we were in San Antonio.
That would have been cool.
I mean, that would have been badass. That would have been the greatest intro in the world.
It would have been great if Chelsea came out. Chelsea Green would have came out.
Yeah, I thought that would have been cool if she came out because she came out the next night on Raw.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if she came out how many times do we need to see Tamina, right?
You mean Nia Jax?
No, Tamina. Tamina was in the Rumble. Yeah. That's great because Nia Jax hasn't been back since. That's funny.
She's number 30 and bye.
Oh yeah, that was a waste of a pick. I mean, waste of a spot.
Adam, what do you think of the one half of the women's tag team champions?
What are we talking about? One half.
Matt Cardona.
He'll be in WWE for long.
I mean, you mean the other half of one half of the World Tag Team Champions?
Yeah, he'll be back for long.
I mean, he did the Cody thing, so I would think so.
Yeah, but he'll be at MLW here pretty soon. That's already signed.
So what happened? I heard he brought a belt onto. What did he bring the tag belts onto a show or something?
It was a replica
of what?
The women's tag team title.
Oh, okay. So what? He just had it.
Well, I mean, people actually thought he brought the actual women's tag team title to a show.
But he had a replica.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
He played the smart marks. Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? He's doing the good thing like Cody, just because he's just jumping around the indies like that?
I mean, they're pretty good friends, I think.
I think they are too, yeah.
Adam?
I'm looking at some of these SummerSlam matches.
Okay. What was the other one? Oh, what's the other one?
Angle Austin.
Yeah.
2001.
01. What was
TLC 1.
Yep.
Punk Lesnar. Owen Brett.
Oh, that's right.
Steel cage match.
And one of the worst matches of all time, Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Sean Razor 2. Ladder match. Daniel Bryan, John Cena.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a match.
Cena, AJ, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho. 2 out of 3 falls.
That was a good match.
Was Booker versus Rock at SummerSlam 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun match too.
Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, that match was one of the matches. That was one of the reasons why I love. Actually, SummerSlam 1990 was the first pay-per-view I ever watched. So I have I was watching it last night. I have good memories. So the first match I remember watching was Demolition versus the Hart Foundation in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, 92.
That's right.
Ah.
Orton Cena at SummerSlam 07. Edge
and Taker you were talking about before.
Yeah, it's like 6, 7, 8. It was 9. What was going on?
Nick and Natalia.
Punk and Hardy.
Punk and
Jeff Hardy.
Triple H versus The Rock in the ladder match.
There's some good ones right here, man. Edge versus Lance Storm, Jericho, Dolph Ziggler.
Eddie Guerrero versus Edge. I thought.
RVD, Bill Wall. I mean, there's some damn good ones. Shamrock Owen, Lions Den match.
Yeah.
The Rock, Booker T, 2001. Undertaker, Brett, Hunt Foundation, Brainbusters.
Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero in a ladder match.
Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks.
Heck yeah, man. I watched
That's
that
great.
last night.
That's some of the best ones.
I was telling Jimmy, I've been watching the main events from the first few Summer Slams the last couple of nights. And I was watching 88, 89, and 90 last night. And it was just, it was great watching the Mega Bucks and the Mega Powers. And then the next year watching the ridiculousness of Zeus.
Zeus, no holds barred.
Although I'll tell you, I like Zeus. I thought he was a lot more believable than Bruce Beefcake.
Oh, God, yeah, 100%.
Jimmy, we keeping you up?
Yeah, no, I was thinking Bobby put someone in a group chat that I'm in, and it was like, what the heck?
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, Punk Lesnar was a very good match.
Rock and Brock was a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Yes, it was. Austin, Triple H, and Mankind.
3-way in 99 with Governor with Jesse Ventura as the referee.
Mankind won that match, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to give Triple H the bigger.
Oh, for sure. That was a great match. That was a great match. It was a fun match.
What was it? Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena in 13.
Yep. And then Orton cashed in on him after that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what started the whole Summer with Bryan and the whole WrestleMania 30 build-up. The Yes Movement.
The WrestleMania.
Yes-Mania. Thank you. Yes-Mania.
Well, we need a yeah.
Yeah.
Now is it time to wrap it up? Yeah.
I have one great story, and we'll wrap it up. I was at I was at Walmart pharmacy yesterday, and I bought a Shawn Michaels action figure. And the guy behind the counter, his name was Austin, and he told me that his dad named him after Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's awesome.
Right?
Which Michaels figure did you get?
The one that comes with the blue IC belt, the Superstars one.
The early 90s one?
It looks like the early 90s one, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. So so any final thoughts on SummerSlam or anything else going on? Adam,
It'll be a good one. Unfortunately, they're going to have Kid Rock on there.
Oh, that's right. It's in Detroit.
Yeah, we're going to be in Detroit. Who can we get? Kid Rock. Yay.
I like Kid Rock.
Yeah, but I figure you could do something better.
I like his really early stuff. I don't like what he became.
I prefer like Eminem if we're talking about Detroit.
Sure.
Bring out Eminem, man.
Fuck, Big Mac Bob Seger.
Anybody but Kid Rock. Been there, done that.
Yeah, bought the t-shirt.
Last year. He was there last year.
He was there last year. That's right.
No, it's going to be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Too bad I'll be reffing when it happens, but I get to watch it after.
Well, Adam, tell everybody where we can find you.
Well, on Saturdays on New South, the new episodes of Action Clash will be on Tuesdays on the New South YouTube channel. So they just debuted the Stampede match they had and everything. So you'll be able to see my first match on there.
Sweet.
And then, of course, Kick Out Crew, as your shirts say. New episode coming out every Thursday. Maybe some news coming up in the future. Dave McClay joined us last time, so he'll be on the newest episode.
Is that news that you're canceled now because of Dave McClay?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, from Boston. From Boston. And then on Twitter, Adam_from_Bama.
Like it, Jimmy.
So when I'm not in the stripes, I'm on the podcast doing my thing.
All right, love it.
Check us out, Kick Out Crew Pod.
We appreciate you joining us.
Anytime, man. Anytime
And
I jump on the hill.
we wore our shirts just for you, Adam.
We did.
And I had to go change mine before we started.
Jimmy, what
I
about
had
you?
my Jed Briscoe shirt on.
At OG James ad free on the Twitter.
On the Twitter.
Hello, Jimmy Sorensen 97 on Instagram. James Sorensen on Facebook. Where can we find you, Mr. Gallagher?
Well, find us at Zip Code Bros on YouTube and at Zip Code Bros on Twitter. Please like and subscribe us on YouTube. We are up to almost 500 views on our Dusty Roads episode. Unbelievable. Thank you all for listening and participating in our show with us. But you can find me at Mike Gurr, MikeGRR 0905 on the Twitter, and Michael Gallagher on Facebook. So for us here at the Zip Code Pros and the Kickout Crew, we appreciate you being with us, and we hope you all have an awesome SummerSlam.
And also shout out to Pondwater Dave's show for having Conrad Thompson on.
You can't just let me end it, can you, Jimmy? You got to get that last word. Peace.